flooding in from miles around, leather and chrome. We're ready to paint the town. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. Twist the throttle, feel the wind in your hair. We gather round, 'cause we all belong here. Burn out nights and gasoline dreams. Ain't no limit to these thrilling extremes. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. Iron horses rolling through the open plains. Tales of freedom riding past the chains. Camaraderie in every handshake and grin. In the heart of Sturgis, where the legend begins. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. Steel seeds roaring under skies so blue. Chrome and steel reflecting the bold and true. From Main Street bars to the campfire's glow. Every rider's got a story to show. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. Thunder roads where legends are forged. Roaring freedom every mile we scored. Bands are playing, guitars screaming the night. In Sturgis town, we take up the fight. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. Casting shadows on the tar. Rebel souls unite beneath the stars. Engines roar in the knots and the night's still young. The open road calls, your legend's just begun. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest. Morning breaks and we rise with purpose. Kickstands up, roll on through the service. Crowds cheering, the parade's begun. With every rebel battle won. It's the rally week in August. Rev it, let's make it the loudest.
Alrighty. What's going on, everybody?
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see Mama T. I can see myself. So everything's all good. We're back. We're back, everybody.
Nice to be
Back
here.
to settle again.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of starting a little bit early just to let everybody know because
Holy crap!
hold on,
What happened to your face?
hold on, phone call here.
Yeah.
Hey, asshole, how's it going there? I've been in the middle of my podcast right now. You want to call me back here a little bit? Thank you. All right, all right, guys. As soon as I get no phone calls at all. Remember we used to talk about that when nobody would call at all, and then all of a sudden when I start
That's
the
what the little
podcast,
switch is for on the side.
yeah. Anyway,
How
all right.
do I
So
sound?
you wonder what happened? Well, I shaved last night. I got home after work and I was gonna shower anyway, but I figured, well, it's time. It's probably time to say goodbye. You know, to show my youthfulness and why I don't like to shave. Because now I look like look more creepy than I looked before. Kind of.
No, you don't.
No,
Well, no, not the same.
no. I look more like a chunkier person, like somebody that'd be more happier to see everybody. I don't know. It's all
You,
good.
look, you know what?
I,
You look like you're trying to look like your age.
oh, well, I'm not even trying to do that. I'd rather look like I'm
Actually,
25.
makes you look a little younger,
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I appreciate that, I guess. I mean, I'll take whatever compliments I can get, of course.
especially from me,
But,
right?
oh, of course. I'm surprised that you're even on here because remember, you told me that you weren't even going to, you said you weren't sure if you were even going to be able to be on or not. Remember when I came over to visit with you a couple weeks ago and you said, I got babies, so baby is, okay. I see that you said baby, but you made it sound like you might not even make many appearances at all, but I'm surprised. So I'm glad that you're on here. Maybe it'll work
Well,
after all.
I have been working on adjusting her sleep schedule so that
Okay.
this is nap time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get on my big screen here. If you see me twice, let me know.
Okay.
And I am on season break with my podcast until the 21st of next month. So,
Oh, okay. So you take a little bit of break. I heard something about that you were going to take a break. I didn't see it from your podcast, but I heard from other sources anyway that you were taking a break.
yeah, yeah.
So that's all right though. I mean, hey,
Uh,
Season break.
sometimes you need a break. I mean, that's why we took a break. I needed a
Well,
break more than
yeah,
anything else.
yeah, I
For my
did.
own
I did need a break. I was getting to the point where the show I promised not to smoke and drink on, I was starting to smoke and drink on.
Yeah, what
And
about the children? Remember? What about goddamn children?
right, exactly. And
What would they? What would they think?
the memorial show, I mean, it was fun and all, and a lot of people were there. It was like my biggest live audience ever,
Probably,
but
yeah.
it was not a professional show. It was not the caliber of show that I put out. With, I've got my the whole point of the show is to carry on Bobby's legacy. And if I'm smoking and drinking and cussing on the show, it can't go out to the kids now, can it?
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's why you. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that.
I
I
mean,
mean,
if we would have been sitting around a bonfire at the bar or something, that would have been perfect. That would have been the perfect memorial for him, but not
yeah.
on a public podcast.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, even a barbecue or even like a fire or whatever would have been fine. I mean, you could have, if you
But
had a bad relationship. But I get it. I
the
mean, I
quality
get
of the professionalism that we try to carry with the buzz,
yeah.
that was not the caliber of show. I mean, if it would have just been like a live stream and not had the buzz on it, it would have been
Yeah.
different. But I'm putting this show out and saving it to the page, and we didn't want that kind of unprofessionalism, and
All right.
it,
Well,
it
that's
was
fair.
not it was not the quality of show. It was great. It was great memories. It was great live views. Like the family was there, the friends were there, we were all telling stories and stuff, but it was a lot of personal stuff that might be known between friends and family and stuff like that, but it's not something that I know it's not something Bobby would have wanted to put out there. Like if like he would go live when he was at the bar and he'd say, "Hand me the phone and here start recording, go live on Facebook." And like the next morning he'd be looking at it. Nope, I was too drunk, and he'd take it down. And I'm like, everybody loved it. That was great. And I get so
Yeah.
mad, but it was not what he wanted out there to represent himself, you know.
But do you really know what? Do you really think you know what he wanted? I mean, he loved to drink it,
As
so we
far
all
as
know.
stuff like that is, yeah, he did, but he didn't want that stuff out there um as a permanent thing
Yeah.
for, like, say
I think you're
somebody
putting.
wanted
I
to
think
play
you're
with
putting way. I think Monty, you put way too much pressure on yourself. Come on now. It's a tribute show. You're
it.
in charge. It's your show. You do how you want to do. Nobody's gonna tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna do how you feel comfortable. That's why, when I do the show the way I do it, I mean I appreciate everybody's feedback, but this season's gonna be a little bit different. This season's just like I was talking about last season. If you remember, talking about how you guys doing your own segments. I'm serious about that. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not bullshit about that. I'm going to have you do that. That's part of participation now, because I feel like in the last couple seasons, and this, I mean, yeah, we're live, whatever, but I'm going to say it because I have every right to feel this way. I feel like I've been putting in a lot more effort than most of y'all,
Well,
and
of
not
course, it's your
because
show.
I mean it's
And you
my show,
do
yes,
your
but
show the
it's
way you
like,
want your show
but
done.
I haven't asked much of you, other than just showing up basically and
Well,
put up
that's
with my
because you don't pay
bullshit.
us.
Yeah, that's right. Does Dwa pay you? Do you pay Dwa? Probably not. Probably not.
No.
Yeah. It's not about the money. I'm talking about
It's,
any way we can make the show better. And every time I've asked about ideas and stuff, nobody's ever really given me any ideas. So I just kind of thought, well, then I'm gonna force out, a participation where we see the best and maybe the worst out of everybody to see what everybody can do. And the thing is that I should have probably made it clear at the end of the last season. I'm not expecting anybody to do it live. If you're too nervous to do it live, like I'm not expecting you to come up with something on the fly. I'm giving you enough time to come up with something. You have access to cameras. You have access to videos. You can record something, send it to me later, and then I'll look at it. And then if I say it's good or whatever, we'll share it. The next episode. So it's not something where I want you. I'm going to put you right on the step or whatever. Where it's like I expect you guys to do right now as soon as I tell you. No, 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 no.
oh, it's
You
my turn. Oh shit! What am I gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah, and I should have said that back last season, but now I'm saying it now, so everybody knows that, that whoever I pick, for next week or the following week or whatever we start doing this, because now we're at the start of the season. So today we're not going to really worry about it because we have two guests today. We have Chris Vincent, who's a blues singer from New Orleans. He'll be coming on about 5 o'clock.
Delta blues. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, he just released a new album. Just
Uh-huh.
like recently.
Good crook.
Yeah. So it'll be good to have him on here. And
I
then
just
we
listened
have,
to Rascal.
and then at 6 o'clock we'll have Gene ACKMAN, who's a producer slash singer. Not Gene Hackman. Don't get confused, because
Right?
Gene Hackman has been, dead now for a couple months. But we're talking Gene ACKMAN. So not to get confused.
I
He's a
know.
producer doing
And
like
I was
a album with somebody, or did an album about Jimmy Johnson, I believe, who's like a
wait.
blues singer.
You're talking about the musician Gene Ackman, right?
Yes,
Butch
yes,
Wax in the Hollywoods.
I believe so. Because let's see, because did you got anything about a guy named Jimmy Johnson or Johnny Johnson on your? I should, I have notes here. I mean, I should have gave you guys these.
Because there's two Gene Ackmans out there. One is a movie producer, an actor, and the other one was with a band called Butch Wax in the Hollywoods. Um, he was inspired by Chuck Berry. He had a couple bands, Ruckus, Coyote, Garden Party.
Sure, sure, sure. Well, let's see. Let me, because
And I thought you were talking about the musicians. So that's the homework I did.
okay, no problem, no problem. There's a guy named Johnny Johnson who's a legendary performer who's not around no more, but he produced his like an album, like a live album or something. But I don't. I should have sent you guys this information ahead of time. I apologize for not doing this. Here I am. Put myself on the spot. Here I am. Even give you guys.
Yeah,
anything.
well, we got 5 people here. Why are there only 3?
Well, because Antique Man has one of his cameras on, or 2 cameras on. You don't need 2 cameras on. That's why I kicked off one of the cameras. So I'm gonna do it again, dude. You only need 1 camera on there, my friend. So you're good. I see you. Everybody sees you.
Okay,
What's up,
good.
Mad Dog? How you doing? Turn your audio on. Your mic on. I know it's been a while, but
A
Can you
while.
hear me now?
a while, everybody.
A
Yeah,
while.
we hear you.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not a while.
There we go.
Yeah.
Turn your volume up there, my friend.
I think
You
it's
know.
all the way up now.
Okay,
Did
you're
you
fine
hear
now.
me now?
Yeah, you're fine now. Let me know if you guys get this. I sent you a press release here through
Alright,
the messenger.
let's see.
Yeah, I
Johnny
can hear
Johnson,
you
what does
guys
that have to do
now.
with? Yeah, what does
That's
that have to do with the actor now? Come on now.
well, he produces album, like he's releasing a tribute album. It's like this guy has passed away a while back ago, but this is a Gene Ackman that's a producer / musician.
Okay,
He's
then
producing
it's the same one.
albums.
It should be the same one. I didn't know he did this. Yep.
Well, I didn't send you this stuff. I get
Because Gene is all about Chuck Berry and
yeah.
Johnny's all about Chuck Berry too. So yeah,
Okay.
it's the same one.
Well,
I
what
can
I'm
hardly
saying
hear
is
you
that
guys for some reason.
when I like this interview, these 2 interviews are from my friend Mark Pussy from Atlanta, Georgia. He's a
Say
professional.
that name again?
Pussy, not what you're thinking. Trust me, it's probably Italian or something. Probably.
Boosie.
Pussy, Pucci.
Hey, I saw you doing an
Pucci?
interview there one day with
could be Pucci.
Donnie Iris.
Yeah, that was a while. That was like back in 2013.
I know
see,
Donnie Iris personally. What a great
I'll be right
guy.
back. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I was surprised that I got a response from him because at that time he just turned 70 years old at that time. You know, I mean now he's like in his 80s.
He's still going strong at 80-some years old, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean it was an honor to interview him because when I started listening to his music, I didn't know who he was at the time. And when I started doing all these interviews back in the day, you know, to kind of get myself out there, yeah, he was one of the first ones to say yes or whatever. And so, or his team, and then yeah, we hit it out pretty well. I've interviewed a lot of people from your area. I just didn't know you at the time, so.
They just had his 80th birthday party, dude. He's still jamming.
I know. It's something.
So Mad Dog,
Yes,
how long did it take you to recover?
from my wrestling match. I
Yeah.
did a big spot, dude. It was fun. They made me a shirt. It says on the back. It says, "The Mad Dog has risen."
Awesome.
If you can see the back of it, it's pretty cool. It says, "The Mad Dog has risen."
Nice. You didn't answer the question though.
How long did it take me to recover? It just that little spot, probably about 3 days.
Yeah.
We were not raised hell that night too, so that was another good thing. We went to a Todd bar, and everybody was like slapping me on the back and pushing me around. Hey, you're back, all right. I literally got my ass kicked drinking more than I did in the ring.
Did you watch that match between Jelly Roll and that Paul guy?
Yeah. Hey, he looks good,
I didn't even know about it until today when I saw like the clip of the kid jumping off and landing on Jelly Roll, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, he's good. I mean, what's his name?
It's not
Well,
Lucas.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Oh, he's good, but my thing about him is just the fact I just wish
I can't stand him.
like I can't stand the guy, the person, because I feel like he doesn't know how to handle success. I mean, he's one of those guys.
I hate him because everything he does, he's good at.
Yeah. I guess he's just
Personal
jealous of that.
jealousy.
He
Well,
goes to
yeah, a
boxing,
little
he's
bit.
good at it. He
I mean,
wrestles, he's
we
good
want
at
to
it.
be like. I mean, we want to be like guys like that. Not like exactly like him, but like be inspired and whatever, but it's like the guy had, you know, I don't know. I mean,
It's like-
it would be wonderful to have him on the show, we'll say, for example, but I'm pretty sure that's highly unlikely. That's like
It's
saying,
like he does a podcast. He has the best podcast. He goes into boxing. He beats the best boxer. He goes into wrestling. He's a good wrestler. Everything
some
that
people
the
just
kid
have,
does
some
turns to
people,
gold.
well, some people just have too much money, you know, and they don't know what to do with themselves. That's what I'm going to say. I sent you one more press release there through the messenger. That's on Chris Vincent here. But if you already know, then you know.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so thanks to Mark
Got his own
Pucci for
little
doing
show
this.
thing he does too.
Yeah, and I wish I would have learned a lot more about this guy months ago because his voice and his songs are just so good and just like I mean it
Sure
puts you in a good mood anyway. That's for
He's
sure.
got one of those melty voices.
Yeah, very melty like butter. You know, I tell you,
Yeah.
like
You said butter. Did you say
like
butter?
like whipped butter. You know, like Texas
What was that
Roadhouse.
kid's name? Oh, Nuke Bushner. Bobby used to call him Butter Voice. That's the kind of voice
Everything's
this
better
guy
butter
has.
face. Did you say
Butter
butter?
Voice. Right, who's playing music? Come on now.
I'm just playing Mr. Vincent.
Well, anyway, so yeah, I'm glad that everybody's back. You know, I mean, other than we're still waiting for. I know John Roberts won't be here until next week.
got
Also
family
next week, because you know, just so you guys are aware that Lance is well, I'm not going to say that he's done with the show, but he might not be on as much.
Why?
Well, because he's busy. He has, you know, things are getting busy. He has, like, some of his kids are living with him still, like, moved back home, and they have kids and everything. It's kind of a,
What about that nephew of yours?
oh, yeah, we haven't really communicated much. And the thing about with him is, like, you know, as great as he would be to be part of the show, he needs to get his shit together first. I would have
Yeah.
hoped by now he would have had employment and everything, and he still don't have that. You know, and
Yeah, he probably tried calling. He just didn't hear it.
No, I never told him that we were coming back. So
It was a
I
joke.
just we
It's a
haven't
joke.
talked,
Come on.
haven't chatted probably haven't talked probably over a month probably. You know,
Huh?
we haven't. He and I haven't chatted or talked in probably well over a month. You know, and I want him to get his crap together first before he comes on the show. The only reason why I let him on is because he was just coming back, and I wanted him to feel somewhat of normalcy for a little bit. But I would have figured by now he would have had employment. Then it would have been a different story. If he would have had the day off, then I would allow him to be on. But he has to earn his keep here, or he has to earn his spot. Just like everybody, all you guys have to. Well, you didn't really have to, but you know.
All I am is a pretty face.
Well, I have a pretty face too. Oh, you like looking at this?
I have a butter face.
Butter, like you just ate a stick of butter. Here.
No, everything's nice butter face.
Oh,
You ever heard Butterface before? You know those
Well, you
girls
know-
that are so freaking hot as they're walking away and they start to turn and you see the rest of their body and they're so hot and then they turn their head and you see her Butterface.
Yeah,
I don't know.
nice butter face.
I don't know.
Everything's great. Butterface. That's
You know
a
what? I
terrible
don't.
thing to say now. We are not
Yeah,
face shaming.
If you go on the Instagram sometimes, which I know we all do, you know, which we have. The thing about it is that Instagram, when I've been looking on some stuff, I don't know if it's just me or just because of just the stuff I've been looking up or whatever. I get a lot of weird shit sometimes, and it's like, you know, you get these people who are like, how did they be like how they are? You know, it's like some of the most deformed looking people, and I hate to be like that. I don't mean, you know, because everybody's beautiful, the eyes of God, of course, we all know that. But you know, without being
Not
too
everybody.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, there's a couple times I thought ACKMANN was like dressing up again, you know, being a cross dresser again, and I thought, oh, he's on the prowl again.
I'm disappearing for some reason.
Well, Mad Dog too.
You just take your background down, dude. You do this every show. Every show
I
you
know.
hearing.
Oh, here's Chris right here. Sorry.
How you guys doing?
Good. Hey,
Hey,
how's it
Chris.
going, my friend?
That was
You're,
quick.
you're yeah, you're here early, but you're all right. I think Mark resent you some links just in case of because sometimes we've had where we got sent links or whatever, but then somehow when we were interviewing Kenny Neal, he wasn't able to get on for some reason, and he had the same link that I gave everybody else. So I want
Kenny's
to
a
make sure
great
that
dude.
everybody had everything, but seems like you got it. So how's it going, my friend?
It's going well. Thanks for having me, man. Thank you for having me, for setting it up with Mark as well.
Oh yeah, well I have Mark to thank for all this because he's such a swell individual, and I have so much respect for that guy. Still in the business after everything, and he just recently lost his wife and everything, and it's just like he's still going strong. And man, that guy's a legend in my book. So
Yeah, that was. I mean, I know him on a professional basis, but very quickly, he's a very warm guy. When I got that news, I was like, Jesus Christ! And I didn't know if she was ill or anything like that. But it doesn't make a difference. That's no shit. It's very difficult.
yeah,
Very difficult.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you Chris. We're just today's our season 5 premiere. We've been going strong for almost 2 years. The only reason why we're on our 5th season is because we're doing like what everybody else does. They cut their seasons in half instead of doing full seasons like how they used to do back in the day. You remember back in the day when television shows used to go about 25 episodes per season? Now
Brother,
everybody's cutting everything in half.
I remember waiting. I remember waiting on Friday night to watch certain shows, or waiting at 10 o'clock at night to watch The Love Boat on Saturday when I was born.
Ah.
Yeah, no spoilers on that, huh?
No,
How
back
about
like
no,
I was just gonna say we have lost so many great people, and bringing up those old shows. Lonnie Anderson just passed away too.
so that.
Yeah,
So
today.
WKRP in Cincinnati, she was the whole show, man. That's why
Oh,
everybody
absolutely.
watched the show. I mean,
Well, they watch it
God,
for
yes,
As a
Howard.
young kid, I spent many nights in the shower thinking about Lonnie Anderson.
Oh fuck me. And then,
she was one of
well, yeah,
my girl crushes, definitely. Her and Stevie Nicks.
oh, that's not
Yeah,
an
yeah.
that's not Lonnie would be a little bit of an uncommon girl crush. Stevie, no. And Stevie Nicks, people love her. It's a timeless crush, sure. Sure, people. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I mean, they might as well name fucking streets after her down here. I mean, she is
Right?
there's a lot of Stevie Nicks influence. Let's say that much down here for sure. Not
Definitely.
musically.
Other
Generally not music. Tough to touch Fleetwood Mac. They were so rich, so singular. But
Oh, they were one of my favorite bands growing up. Them and the Eagles, and I mean,
yeah.
we
CCR.
last year we saw the Eagles at Smooth King. Usually, from a guitar player standpoint, when you put 3 guitars in a band, it's generally a recipe for a train wreck. That was I was watching that show. That was the most orchestrated. Those guys are so top notch. And Vince Gill, he was doing he was the 3rd guitar player. He's utterly brilliant, and that band is just top notch. One of the best live bands I've ever seen. Joe Walsh, he's a little sketched out, like forgot a couple things here and there. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. They found him. They got on when he did Rocky Mountain Way. He went off into who knows where the hell he went, but they found him where they found him close enough. And I'll never forget, years and years ago, Walsh was a DJ in the New York area on K-Rock. And he was completely fucked up on air. He was totally, I don't know what he was doing. But I remember, and I stole this, used it many times. He goes, yeah, this is, he's about to press play on Rocky Mountain Way. He goes, yeah, this guy's pretty good. I'm glad he's me. push play.
Wow.
He's a great dude, man. I love that guy.
Yeah,
You
great
know, you were
sense of
talking
humor.
about having 3 guitars on stage is usually a recipe for disaster. Did you see Johnny Depp hop up on stage for that tribute for Ozzy?
No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh, it was not a recipe for disaster. Who was it? Um, was it Kiss maybe? I can't remember who was up there,
Yeah, I
but they
think
were
it
doing a
was.
tribute show. Yeah,
I think it was Kiss. Yeah.
and they were and I guess Johnny Depp was actually really good friends with Ozzy, and they
Hmm.
Kiss let him jump on stage, pick up a guitar, and oh my gosh, Johnny Depp can shred. That blew my
Hung around a
mind.
lot with Keith Richards. He had to learn something. Stick around long
True,
enough.
That's
true.
right.
Well, yeah, Keith Richards still alive as of this day. Still over 100 years
Everybody
old.
needs to start doing whatever he's doing.
He's never. He's not going to decide. He's not going to die. He's just simply going to decide not to wake up one day.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
like he's not getting older. He's just turning into everybody's grandma.
I,
No, that's Steven Tyler though. Steven
Oh,
Tyler looks like
that
everybody's
him too.
he
Both of
looks
them.
like it. Yeah, unfortunately, he does. Yes, Keith Richards looks like an older guy who's been around the block a few times. Steven Tyler doesn't. Doesn't. Leave it at
Well,
that.
anyway, we're honored to have you here, dear Chris, because you just released a brand new album called Good Crook, and I mean, has that album been doing pretty good since the release,
I'm
or have you
shocked.
checked out the numbers at all? Or?
I am shocked. Yeah, yeah. It's humbling. I knew, Mark does a good job. I've got a good team behind me down here. Michelle does a great radio job. I was not expecting the reception that it got with the streams and the purchases. There's a lot of them being sold, and the stories catching, um, and the songs are catching. I mean, and it's like today. 5 years ago, guys. I don't know if you want to share. Are we on the podcast now?
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
Oh,
live the
We're
whole
running.
time.
five years ago, I was literally give or take a couple months. 5 years ago, I was sitting in a rehab, an alcohol drug rehab, and a doctor came into me and said, it was right at the beginning of COVID, and he said, Chris, you couldn't get here at the right time. You're completely fucked. You would have gone to sleep and not woken up. It was bad. There's no getting around that. I'm an alcoholic. I'm an addict. And if you're going to tell me 5 years ago that I woke up in the morning, um, today I did a TV spot on Channel 4 in New Orleans, Offbeat Magazine, which is like the Bible of New Orleans music down here, did a piece of a fantastic piece on the guitars that I use. It's pretty unique guitars that I gravitate towards. And now I'm talking with you guys, and then there's something else after this, and
Great.
it keeps coming. So the radio is strong. I'm certainly not doing any victory laps yet, and I don't know what that would be if it was, but the songs are getting out there, and
God bless you, man.
it's
So
it's
you're
something
kind of a
else, man.
rascal, you're saying.
Yeah.
Say,
Congratulations.
oh, thank
You
you,
see what I did
thank you.
there? You see what I did there?
What I did? What did you say, man?
I said you were kind of a rascal then, huh?
I was kind of a. Oh, I was more than. No, you don't. Rascal. That song. I love that song. That was written. Hey, it's curious. I'm gonna spin your spin, my friend. Rascal was all these songs were written in New Orleans over the past couple of years. I've been back. I was here years ago. I've only been back 3 years, and I've only really entered into music over the last year and a half. Re-entered music. I was drunk for a long time, and Rascal. All these songs were basically workshopped early on in a bar in New Orleans called the Domino, which is like a real New Orleans neighborhood bar out of the off the beaten path. Um, and the bartender God bless him, man. His name was Miguel. He was a crazy son of a bitch. He was nuts, shot out of a cannon. And he was a big fan of the music. And this guy would sing Rascal. I wrote Rascal. I brought it to him and I said, Miguel, I think you're going to like this, brother. And I played it for him. And the times afterwards that I was in the bar playing, he would sing along to the top of his fucking lungs. And he did not make it. He had his issues with substances, and he was a young man. He did not make it. But I didn't get to that level of rascalism, but I was goddamn close. I can guarantee you, guarantee you that. It's a surreal scenario. It's a surreal situation, to be honest with you. It really is.
I really have a weakness for those Delta blues. Yesterday marks the 1-year anniversary of when we buried little Bobby.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry.
he's got a couple. Those Delta blues meant everything to him, and he introduced me to all of this. And like, he's got 2 songs, Mississippi blues. Like, his favorite kind of blues are the Mississippi blues, and Heaven's Cotton Fields, where he names off all of the old blues singers that have passed away, and that he would meet them in Heaven's Cotton Field. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's what it looks like, man. You get out into fucking Mississippi cotton. It's cotton from as far as you can see both ways. Crazy.
yeah. We had so much fun down in
Mama
Clarksdale.
T, you have my condolences for that, Mama. I forgot to text you
yeah.
yesterday on your year anniversary.
Well, it was the 29th of
Agreed,
last month
gentlemen.
that he passed away, and then yesterday was the anniversary of when we actually buried him. So,
Mm.
and
My
there's a big
condolences.
motorcycle club too, like where he was, where his funeral was Thief River Falls, which is what, Frankie, about 40 miles away, 45 miles away.
Well, probably from about 40 miles. Well, about, I don't know, from where you live, probably about 30, maybe. About
So
35.
we were at the church, and we had the North Riders Motorcycle Club that escorted us all the way here to the bar, and we put his coffin, like, well, on a stand, obviously, but in the middle of the street so everybody could pay respects to him. And as they drove away with his coffin, like the whole motorcycle club, they were all there and just revving their engines, and it was just beautiful, man. It was like, you can't even think about it without, like, so many people love this guy. If you don't know his music, you should look it up, because
I will. He definitely had an impact if you got people sending him off in that regard, for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
I was surprised by that. I didn't think I think you guys knew those type of people. Which really surprised me, because it's like, wow. So that was a surprise on my part. When I saw the video, I was just like, and I cried, because it was like, my friend too. So it's like, yeah.
I
It was a
listen
big
to
rock.
his music now, and I never knew him. I listen to his music a lot now. I love his music.
I'll definitely check him out. Unfortunately, I missed him. I'll definitely check him out.
he's
Definitely.
on every platform. Little
Okay.
Bobby, you'll see him with
I
the
was-
top hat on.
Hey, I
he was pretty well known over there in the Mississippi area. I don't know how well he was known in New Orleans at all, but in Mississippi, around that area, the Delta, the Crossroads, and all that stuff. A lot of people knew who he was.
Yeah,
I
he
would-
played.
I
He
would-
played with a lot of people. I mean, literally, there's a lot of people that I've had on my show, on my podcast, that I've only had as guests, as musical guests, because I met them through him.
Oh, that's cool.
Like Jimmy Primetime Smith, Kelly Baker. I mean, just off the top of my head.
Baker,
And Sam-
I've heard of
and-
Primetime Smith, and Kelly Baker is, she is all over my Instagram feeds. There's a guitar player. She plays with the guitar player with glasses. I don't know the guy's name, but I've
You
seen
think of
her.
the blind guy?
She's blind. I think he's blind. I think he's
Yep,
blind.
yep.
I'm not sure. She powerful voice, powerful song.
Oh yeah.
Powerful singer,
yeah.
powerful
She was just
delivery.
on not too long ago, like maybe a month or two ago.
Wait, I'm sorry.
She was just on my podcast like a month or two ago.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you have a lot of old Gibson guitars. You actually named one Gloria.
My girl, my girlfriend named it Gloria. Yeah.
Ah, and I
Yeah.
just
And
got a
like, you know,
Cadillac, and
so
I named her Sophia.
the good ones get names, and I mean that one is
1947, right?
47, and it is a testament to the way shit used to get made, brother. I cannot. This guitar, it's an amazing 1947. It was played extensively, like the fretboards dented, but not grooved in. I had it refretted, crossed my fingers, and had it refretted, and straight as an arrow, original tuners, original everything. Obviously, it's got an electric pickup that I rigged to it. It's my main live guitar. Unless it's very very hot, I don't take it out if it's like really hot or humid. I've got another one for that. But those late 40s Gibsons, they've got a place in my heart, man. They really do. I've played a lot of them. I ended up in Nashville 3-4 months ago at a very dangerous place, Carter Vintage Guitar. And these archtop guitars in the modern day can be, they don't make them that much anymore. There's not a whole lot of people that learn how to play jazz, and they're really suited for jazz guitar to a certain degree. Let's check. I played a Monteleone, he's a very storied builder of these things. The fucking guitar was $125,000 for a guitar.
Wow.
And I was playing with the guy from Nashville. I introduced myself. I asked him, he had no idea who I was. I talked with him. We talked a little bit about the L7, and he went and he looked online, and he came over and he goes, "I just looked you up online. I think I got something you want to see." And he brought me back, and he said, "Sit with this for a couple minutes." And he handed me this Monteleone, an unbelievable guitar. It was piano-like, but it was different, but not better than the 40s Gibson, the good 40s Gibsons that I've played. It was different. It was quite something. It was a beautiful thing, not a scratch on it. But for $125,000, I just don't understand. I asked him, I said, who buys these things? Who do you sell something like this to? He goes, most of the time they go to the Middle East. They go to Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So
Wow.
incredibly expensive archtop guitars end up living in Saudi Arabia.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
boy.
great.
Believe that shit, man. But I'll say this much.
Hmm.
I'll say this much. As far as guitars go, that was a singular experience. I mean, it was. I've never played a guitar that could fill a room like that one. It was a crazy experience. It moved air like I've never touched one before. But
Really?
I don't think that's in my. I would be afraid. I'd be afraid to play something like that. Scratch it up.
Yeah.
Scratch it, you lose whatever. What was it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I broke a string. Huh?
Yeah, but what good is it if you
meant,
can't play it? You know what I mean? You just can sit there and look at it all night.
there
Come
are
on, man. They're
people.
meant to jam on.
You are goddamn right, brother. There are people who, like, you know, the guitar that I choose to play, it's not $200. It's certainly not $120,000. People will say, "I can't believe you play with that," and I'm like, my take on that is, as far as like for me, you only go around once. That's the guitar that I can. The thing that you guys have heard the record, I can go, from pretty hard driving blues music to back off into much more subtle stuff, and that guitar can handle it all. It can handle it all. Whereas a flat top guitar with a hole on it, if I whack the shit out of those things, a lot of times they get overwhelmed, and there's distortion, and they're flappy, and it just doesn't work right. These guitars,
They just like come out of tune all on their own.
they're not meant to. I mean, the big arch tops are meant to bop 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 all night
Yeah.
long, like Freddie Green type of shit. And they can be. I've changed. I've moved them. They also are great slide guitars. Some of them aren't, but this one is.
You've
I keep looking.
played with some really like really big names. Just like off the top of my head, Tab and White, Kev Mo, It's that one guy, Dean
Dean,
Zaccaro.
Dean Zucchero, yeah.
Bro, that's how you
He's
say it.
he's a killer bass player. Some of the best ears I've ever heard. And the top, all due respect to the three guys that you spoke of, they're great, all great players. The top of the chain of the people I've had the pleasure of sitting down with is Vidakovic, the guy who's playing drums on the record. He is an absolute, an incredibly insightful and beautiful musical mind. You know, like that. The whole joke is like, what do you call the guy that hangs around with the musicians? The drummer? Not, not so. Not so. He's
That is one of my favorite jokes. Is if you really want to mess up the hierarchy of the band, instead of going for the lead singer or the lead guitarist, go for the drummer.
That a lot of times it can be, you know, this town. First of all, this town is full. New Orleans is no guitar town. It's a drummer's town and a horn player's town. But if you're really going to ask me to boil it down to one instrument that is incredibly uniquely represented here, it is the drums. And Vidakovic, he's older. He's 75 years old. That the whole second line street beat, parade beat stuff. He was one of those you wanted to. I mean, yes, I've had the pleasure of sitting down with some really killer players. Vidakovic's resume, Little Richard, Fats Domino, Professor Longhair, James Booker, just run it. They're all there.
And nobody remembers the drummers' names ever. That's one of the things that irritates me. Like, you remember the lead singer's name, you remember the lead guitarist. Sometimes you remember but nobody ever remembers the drummers' names. Well, unless they only have one arm. Sorry.
Yeah, the one-arm guy and Buddy Rich.
You're sick, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. We know plenty of drummers, you know.
Willie Big Eye Smith was a hell of a fucking blues drummer. He was one hell of a drummer. He did a lot of that stuff with he's gone a long time, but I remember listening to like the Little Walter stuff that he was on, and there's more to those drums to my ears than in a lot of times in blues it can move into a repetitive shuffle, which is fine. If that's what the audience wants to listen to, that's cool. But it can move without a whole lot of variation. And good drummers can swing and move, which is not something I really don't think you can teach that. You could teach someone to get very, very technical. Same with the guitar. There's plenty of kids online that do like that tapping, whatever the fuck that is, that Eddie Van Halen used to. There's plenty of kids who can do that shit all day long. But if you put them in front of an audience, who cares? Play the song. And Vidakovic, I mean, it's technical, okay, I get it, but it's not entertaining. It's finger dexterity, but little else. But a good drummer is worth their weight in gold. That's it. You know. And then when I had the occasion. This record was recorded. It's at a studio. Jake Eckert, a Grammy winner, engineer, an absolutely brilliant engineer. He understood what I was going for, and I got a little flustered at some point, and I was like, God damn it, I don't want this whole record. There isn't an overdub. You know, I'm a blues. This record it's a blues record. It's bluesy. It's blues based. But I am also very much a jazz guitar player. It's represented little bits on this record, but I'm recording a jazz guitar record a jazz record in a few weeks. That diverts. I'm not sure yet. But I'm gonna go. It could be. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, in my life, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen in 2 hours from now. I don't too. It's a crazy life, man. I'm going here. I'm meeting up after this. I'm meeting up with a friend Jerry, and we're gonna go hang out with Layla Musselwhite, Charlie. You know, Musselwhite's
Charlie Musselwhite. I met him.
Not Charlie. His daughter is a slide guitar player in New Orleans, and we're gonna go watch him play. it's a beautiful community. It's a very small community of blues players in New Orleans. There's just not that. There's there's a lot of like, there's a lot of people who say they're blues, whatever. They'll be in like cover bands and stuff, but ones that are doing their own thing and writing their own songs. It's a very small community, and Jerry texted me earlier. Duggar, Dugger. That's a guy that check him out. Check him out. A great deliverer of traditional blues songs without being derivative, without being he's himself, but he plays a great song, a great live performer. And yeah, we're gonna head over there in at like 6:30 our time, whatever. It's a crazy town for one, and it's an awful lot of fun. It's an awful lot of fun.
It's so crazy. It's such a small world. I cannot, for the life of me, I'm drawing a blank on this guy's name. He's a producer out of Clarksdale.
Stoll. Roger.
Huh?
Is it Roger Stoll?
No. Okay, you know Ground Zero, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know who owns Ground Zero?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know that.
I'm trying to think too,
Take
because
the
his
last train to
voiceover-
Clarksville, and I'll meet you.
his voiceover studio is in this guy's studio. Anyway, Bobby and I brought Red Lake walleye from Red Lake, Minnesota, down to Clarksdale to this producer's place, and Charlie Musselwhite was there, and I served him the best walleye he's ever eaten.
That's where that's your accent is Minnesota.
Yeah, then you bet.
I know the one of my good friends down here is a songwriter, singer-songwriters from Minnesota, and
that?
I'm Jeff Krause, more of a folk.
Relation to Allison?
No, not related to Allison. No.
Oh, you hear us?
He's a good guitar player and a hell of a fucking crawfish boil maker. That's for sure. Everybody's got side hustles. Jeff, he'll do like pop-up crawfish boils at various places. I've had it. It's good.
And I'm from Pittsburgh, Yuns. Yuns going down there and that.
Yins, get out.
Hey, Chris, you could do your own little show.
Of what?
Number one guitar.
I enjoy doing that. I like that kind of fell away because this record, the last, it's promoting the record itself. Like this record again, and anything I do, it does come from a jazz background. If it can't get done in one shot, I don't generally do it. On a record, there's no overdubs, there's no auto tune, there's no plugins, none of that shit. So the record took 2 days to make. The stuff with Johnny, we recorded in 4 hours. The publicity and the promo for this, we've been at it pretty heavy for the past 3.5 months. And I haven't done any of those guitar things, but I'll tell you, if somebody's listening to, I'm sure, and of the people, obviously, many people that are listening to your podcast, check out the Chip Wilson one. I found that fascinating. This guy is an older player in the stories were brilliant. He's an older player in New Orleans. He's older. He makes his own guitars, but his life was he worked with at the top of the chain of these archtop guitars, these big guitars, jazz guitars that I play. There's D'Angelico, two names at the top of the chain, D'Acquisto and D'Angelico. D'Acquisto taught D'Angelico, and this fucking guy who's just, you would never know it. He literally would have conversations with D'Angelico when he was working in Colorado, building guitars with another very famous builder. And off over here, I've got an old Joe Pass, a jazz guitar player poster. This guy would sit down. Joe Pass would come through town and drink red wine and smoke cigars with him. And I had no idea. I was like, I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, if there's a record that I've wore the grooves out of more than any in my life, the top 5 would have been Joe Pass, the Virtuoso record by Joe Pass. And this guy had story after story after story after story about incredible people that were in his life. And he was based in and around New Orleans and banged around the US. But that one I would, I'm present during those conversations. Do I listen to the podcast in its entirety afterwards? I scan it in spots, but I know what's in there. I listen to the whole thing, and the guy tells a great story. The Chip Wilson one. I'm not sure what number it is. And I'm going to do
They don't
more.
sound like guitar makers. They sound like
What
the
platform
mafia.
is that on?
There is there's a cult without question. Lots of guitar players love guitars. I kind of view them as I love the ones that I have. They're not people, they're not wives, they're not dogs, they're tools. But this guy, he kept coming with story after story, and there's a cult of very elevated builders that men and women who play these things pay exorbitant. Like I said, I mean, they're not all $100,000, but exorbitant amounts of money for these things. And fair fucks to them. They're doing something. There's not a lot of people who are playing jazz guitar. Certainly, it takes decades to become a proficient jazz guitar player. It's not. There's no such thing as a 15-year-old jazz guitar. It just doesn't work. It doesn't happen.
Or blues.
But
I mean, yeah.
or good blues.
Except
There's no such.
except
I'd
Christone.
argue. Yeah, I'd argue that too. Like a real, it's one thing. It is one thing to push the buttons of either blues or jazz. It's another thing entirely to play blues or jazz. And I do think that there is can it be done by someone who's younger? Yes. Would I bet on it? Not as readily as I would bet on someone who's older. I mean, it can be done. It certainly can be done.
In order to play the blues or jazz, you got to go through some shit. And the younger you are, the less you know the business and the people, and have the feelings that it takes to emote that to your audience and make them actually feel it. I was going to ask, okay, as far as the Chip Wilson, isn't it great when you get a guest that can actually interview themselves? You barely have to say anything, and like the whole show they just talk and you're just sitting back, you don't have to do nothing. What platform is number one guitar on?
Oh, YouTube. So it's on the YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, and it's a video podcast. It's not something that the music, the songwriting and the music is my main focus. But it's on YouTube at Chris Vincent. It's basically I got lucky on YouTube. YouTube is at Chris Vincent, and Instagram is Chris Vincent Music. Facebook, I have no idea.
Well, we appreciate you, Chris. I mean, really, thanks for just coming on the show and being our first guest of the new season. I mean, honestly, I do appreciate that.
Yeah, you're very interesting. Very interesting.
Enjoy the record, man. There's a lot in the pipeline. There's a lot moving. We're going to tour in the fall. There's a lot going on. And, you mentioned the stories. That's what the whole record's about. It's all stories. It's all stories. And it is all, they're not all autobiographical, but there's a little bit of a various and sundry, sometimes not too pretty life on my place and on my end reflected in the songs. But I thank you guys very, very much for having me on. Very much.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
You
Much
got
luck in the future, my friend.
Thanks, guys. We'll keep in touch.
All right.
Who was making that noise?
Not me.
Sam, probably. How's it going,
That'd be
Sam?
crazy.
Good to see you there. It's good to finally see you.
So-
It's been a while. All summer long, we haven't spoken at all, and then all of a sudden now we see you. I was going to try to get a hold of you.
I'm gonna probably go off.
Huh?
Hey, I'm gonna go off and go in my house, okay?
Okay. Yeah, because
Right,
you're
Because I think. Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
No
something.
problem.
You're making some kind of noise.
Something fucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My internet's
fuckery
been
going
fucked up. My internet.
Sounds like you're chewing on
Okay, bye.
fucking nuts and bolts, you big Amazon mammoth motherfucker.
Oh, no. Be nice to your brother.
Shut
Now.
up, you
Come on.
fat fuck.
Boys.
I'll be back.
What are you doing? Chewing on an iron cigar, you fat fucking.
Hell, don't make me pull this
What is
podcast
that?
over. I'll make you guys walk.
Yeah.
I
Feel the love.
love Johnny.
Now, they
My
must,
brother's
they
my
must,
man. I would never do nothing to hurt that fat prick.
I mean, it looks like Facebook must have did something different with the settings because I don't see a button on here where I can actually like make it public to everybody. You know, like it used to be. So I don't know what.
Hey, so you're saying that what's his name ain't coming on no more, huh?
Well, no. See,
I
well,
like
what's
that.
going on?
He's so cool, man.
Well,
I
yeah,
want
of
his
course.
phone number. I gotta call him. He's just the greatest guy in the world.
You think I want him to be done? No, I don't want him to be done. I want him to be around forever. But like, you know, he's busy. He has lots of other things going on, and so it's like,
Shut your phone off, you fat meatball.
yeah, I'm gonna mute you just until you get it all. Yeah, because that was him making all the noise. And all crackling and,
He's still making it.
I have him on mute, so I don't know how. I don't know. It's probably gonna lag, probably. Anyway, so we'll just have to. Well, I think there's a see because StreamYard has done a lot of updating too since the last time we were on, and I don't know if they give you a thing where you can record your or upload your a copy of this episode when it's done. Because I'm seeing a thing out here on the recording saying that everybody's getting a copy or if they want a copy or whatever, it's either going to upload after it's done or whatever.
I can see
I don't know.
recording.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many different things going on. It just doesn't make sense to me. But
Never.
But-
I have no idea.
I
Well,
guess
I'll-
my man Dan ain't on tonight. He ain't saying nothing tonight.
if you want a copy of this to send to whoever, you know, then I'll just send me your email. Then I'll just give you a copy, you know, through the email.
You have my email, don't you?
Yeah, I do, but I'm just saying for anybody else that you know, 'cause we'll
So
figure that out.
where's Jean-Claude Van Damme at tonight?
Well, he's also busy, I guess, today. He'll be back next week, but he had some family thing going on, I guess. It told me kind of last minute, so I was
I
hoping
watched
he
his
would.
interview on the car racing thing. That was pretty cool.
We got to hang out earlier this summer here during the 4th of July weekend. I went out to Grand Forks. Well, there was a purpose. I mean, we watched, my buddy and I went watch that F1 movie, that Formula One movie, and then we went to go see John at the races because they were doing Wednesday races at the race park. And then, to his word, he said that if I went down there, that he'd let me go, you know, in the main announcer's booth and watch the race. That's what we did. So, right, air conditioning too. So that was fun. So I'm planning on probably doing that again here, hopefully here soon, because I'm going to let you guys know on a couple things now, just so you know kind of what's going on here in the future of the show and the future of season 5.
I can't hear you.
Well, you shut up your volume.
No,
Everybody else?
like you're cutting in and out.
Well, that's probably your internet. That's not me. I can hear it.
It's you.
It ain't me.
I hear
got good
everybody
internet.
else.
Let's see.
No, it ain't me.
Ain't you? Let me just make sure that
I hear everybody else but you.
Hold on. Let's see.
Fuck.
My volume's at 80, so I'm 50. The hell's going on? There's somebody yelling at everything.
Who's yelling now?
Yeah.
You got
Leave it
TV
down
on?
there. It's got something going on. There we go.
John, what are you watching?
You turn your TV.
Hands up!
Hands up! Okay, I'm sorry, motherfucker.
Sam, did you mute your TV? Mute your TV.
Can't
Can
hear
you
you.
mute? Yeah, we can hear you, but can you mute your TV?
Fucking
And the dogs.
motherfucker.
Well, I'm going to
Hey,
mute you
scream it.
until you
I
get your
heard
shit
you
together.
now.
We're getting your
Why
stuff
you got
muted.
like a cop show on or something?
Yeah, I'm just going to mute him until he gets to all his stuff.
Hey, everybody say they can't hear him. Let's
Anyway,
jack 'em off.
okay, so I have some important things to say about our show here. So we're going to get
Okay.
to this here. So
All right.
okay. So in a couple weeks, we're going to have it'll be our 2-year anniversary show.
Hello?
Hello, can you
Okay,
hear?
pay attention now. He got something to tell us.
Hold on. I'll type something to him. You can't hear us.
I can hear him now.
Well, meanwhile, hi, John Leland. Hi.
I think I know it.
Yeah, I told him to mute his TV. Yeah.
My volume is done.
Oh, what the fuck? mute
I'll
your
tell
damn TV though.
I'll
You
tell
had
him
your
to take
TV
that
on
ham
for a
sandwich
while,
out of his pocket.
Is that better?
Antique
Oh,
man, you
yeah.
all right up there?
Hey, he's fine.
He hasn't
You
said a
muted?
word all night.
Oh, he's probably frozen too.
He's just staring at this dress he made me wear.
Yeah.
Antique man,
Oh no,
hello.
he's fine.
That's
He's
it.
fine.
I'm good.
He froze himself. Is all. Okay, so I got important information for the before we get into the fun and all that, because we have one other guest coming up here about 6 o'clock, and that's Gene ACKMANN. So okay, in 2 weeks we will be doing our 2-year anniversary show, and that's going to be live from the Grand Forks Best Stores. I'm finally going to try to get a live studio show for the first time this year. It'll be our 2-year anniversary show. Don't have any guests planned yet for that. We will have a guest. I just don't know who it will be. I'm working on that. Next week we'll have a guest as well, but I'm not going to spoil too much until we get more, until it gets closer anyway. And once I have it all figured out. But we will have, in replacement of Lance for the time being, we're going to have somebody on our crew that's going to try to make appearances here and again. And I'm not going to really say too much about it. We'll wait until next week to find out who it'll be, but it'll be pretty exciting. So, okay, now somebody else.
I didn't know, but they got somebody coming on.
Hear other voices there.
Did you see the sheet of that one?
Is it the voices in my head, or is it on the?
No, it was Antique Man. And
Okay.
Sam, can you mute your TV? Yeah, just mute your TV, because it's like it's kind of bothered me that I try to speak to everybody and I can't. Everybody's talking and stuff. All right. I don't mean to be like that, but it's just we're doing a show here. Trying to entertaining the masses. So we got the 2-year anniversary show coming up, and that's gonna be a fun episode. I hope I hope everybody is looking forward to that. Now, as far as like the future of the show, this is my long term and short term goal. And if you are willing to hang out for the remainder of the ride, that would be wonderful. And if you can't, please let me know. Like if you feel like eventually that you've had enough and you've got other things going on in your life, and this takes up too much of your time. I mean, I understand. I get it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, how long are we going to go on till? Well, my goal, at least, is to go on until our 100th episode. And that's not that far away. Now, it's not going to happen this season, but we are getting close. As of this episode, we're at episode number 72. If we can get to our 100th episode by the time season 6 rolls around, which will happen around that time, probably February or March, maybe. Then by that time, we'll figure out if this show is still worth our time to do or not. Because I feel like there's a lot of big goals that I have that I want out of the show, but it's like I don't know if I can work with any other people. Like honestly, I've gotten so used to
I think it might be kind of vice versa too.
Yeah. And it's like I feel like like yeah, we can mix up people, whatever. We can change it around a little bit. But if any of you OGs decide that you want to not be a part of it no more, or if life is just too busy and it just can't do it, I don't want to make it seem like you have to continue. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Sam, I know you're a busy guy. Even though you're retired, you're still busy. You and I, this is our baby, but I feel like you are you're just you're too busy in your own right, to just do a lot. And I appreciate everything that you've done for me. I'm not. This is not goodbye or whatever. Nobody's getting kicked out like you're hoping for, probably. No,
No.
what it is that I understand. Maybe in the beginning I didn't understand, but now that I've got to know everybody and everything, work with everybody, this has been a great crew. This has been a great time. And all I want from this next season, and at least up until our 100th episode, is to just have as much fun as possible, get the best guests that we can get. You guys are going to be helping me out a little bit more this season than you have before, because as I mentioned in the pre-show, that starting either next week or after at least after our 2-year anniversary show, I'm expecting people to start doing their own segments every week or the next time you come on. And you don't have to do it live because everybody has access to a camera. Everybody has time to spare, at least 5 or 10 minutes to spare to do something, to think of something, that they can share, show and tell, whatever, call it what you want. But that's, kind of what I'm thinking. Because I feel like I've done a lot. I know it's my show, but it's your show. It's our show. I'm just a guy that hosts it, puts it all together. But I'm just kind of thinking to myself, well, does anybody else give a shit at all
More
about
participation is what you're asking for.
I want participation. I want the audience to know more about you guys than to know about me. Because yes, I am the host. Yes, I put my name on the marquee, but it's our show.
Far as far as this being you and Sam's baby, and everybody having a lot going on, this is what I have going on right now.
She gave birth to a baby.
Baby.
That was fast.
I have adjusted her nap time.
Yeah, over summertime.
What was that? I didn't see it.
There's a baby in her house now. She became a mother and a grandmother.
Yeah, she had
there's a baby in the house.
She had a 9-week pregnancy.
Basically, yeah. Pretty amazing.
She's with me 24/7 right now, but soon it will.
Mama T, God bless you.
She'll be going back with mom at least either during the week or during the weekends. But mommy is here from usually Thursday night or Friday until Sunday night or Monday morning. So. And so now I've got my season break until the 21st of next month, and I think by that time I'm gonna have my Sundays and Mondays free. I'm not sure yet. We're playing it by ear, and
sure. Well, that's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
But
I just don't want anybody to be surprised or just give me a surprise saying that in the middle of the season, like all of a sudden, oh, we can't do it because we don't want to do it. I want there to be a reason why you don't want to do it. If something comes up, a valid reason at least, so then I won't bother you until you're ready to come back or whatever. Because I don't know what the future is going to be.
I hate to tell you, Sean, I'm pregnant.
Huh?
I'm pregnant.
You always been pregnant.
I'm due. I'm due.
Is that you, Antique Man, that said I didn't even know you were pregnant? Grandchild.
I gotta say, too, a little bit. You guys kind of let me down a little bit at the end of the summer, or not end of the summer, beginning of the summer, because I was really hoping that you guys would have showed up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't travel well with him.
I'm sorry I didn't either.
That hurt me a little bit.
I wanted to go too. I really did, but us two traveling together in the front of a pickup truck just wouldn't have worked out right.
Why? You've done it before, have you not? in a long time, or
No.
Yeah.
We don't travel too long together.
well, pretend you're strangers then. Pretend you're meeting.
We love each other. I love my brother more than anything in the world. But if I had to sit in the truck for 18 hours with him, I'd kill that. Fat.
You could make it. You could record it and make it a plain, strands, and audio.
Oh, that would have been the funniest video. Because I'm telling you what.
That probably would be.
Just do it
I'm
anyway.
telling
Do
you,
it
if we
anyway.
had a
Record
movie-
the whole thing,
That would have
Yeah,
knocked me
yeah.
off.
and that'll be you guys' segment.
No, one time we have a video out there. One time we were in my, remember that black truck I had, Tony, with the
Yeah.
We laughed so fucking hard. I don't know what the fuck we did, but it was funny. And I wish I could find that video.
We only went somewhere for an hour. And we were laughing so hard we had to stop the trial. It was too much. I had a puke. I was laughing so hard.
Well, that's fine. I just wish that things would have been a little bit better because this whole summer.
Maybe, you know
I've had
what?
a taste.
We're going to try it one day. We are, right, John?
Well,
We'll
I
give
like
it a
to.
run.
I like to when people actually say they're going to do something and actually do it. Rather, we can talk about it all we want, but
Hey,
I like
Sean,
to
shut the fuck up.
No, he's right. Sean's right 100%.
Why don't you come to Pittsburgh one day, big shot?
Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I'll start talking like a Pittsburgh person. Say, hey.
Well, why don't you come down to
everything.
Pittsburgh and that? We'll take the trolley
Get
downtown.
right, motherfucker! We'll kick your bitchy little ass. Oh,
We'll take
to
the trolley downtown and we'll get some ice cream. We'll get a pop.
I'll be honest with you, Sean. At one time, I thought I do want to do my own show because I feel like I did my own show. I'm good. I'm as good like you. Handling the show and doing what taking care, having a funny show and stuff like that. And I thought about it. I really did. Even if I did, I could still stay on your show. You know what I mean? But
well, that's good.
I thought about it a lot. I contact my old producer and stuff like that to put an edgy show together. You know what I mean? But
and you know that we could always do a crossover too. If you ever did do a show, like I would love to be a part of that.
Right.
In whatever way I could. Just to say I got to work with you on something that you really wanted to work on too.
But sometimes, like I just started work on today. Like I used to work every Friday. I changed it to Mondays because every Thursday I go bike night in Pittsburgh. And by the time I got home, it was 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at work at 6, So now I switch it to Monday so I can have fun Thursday nights at the show. But I'm going to do some videotaping at the shows and that, and maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe we should all just videotape some funny stuff we do.
Oh, yeah. You guys have access to cameras.
But how would I show it on a cell phone to you? You know what I mean?
No, Sean can you can put it on Facebook. He can take it off.
Yeah,
Facebook.
you can do your live video like how
you can send it through Facebook, Tony, Messenger.
Yeah. Oh,
and not just that, but you can when you set your privacy, you can set it to specific people.
Yeah. But that's a lot.
I can make some funny content. There ain't no doubt about that.
And I know you can. That's why I want to see it. I want to see new stuff because we can talk about all the stuff we used to do. I could show every interview I ever did, but you'd be bored of that after a while. I want to see what you guys can do. I know what I can do. I want to see what you guys can do. So that's why I'm making this challenge on it. Now, that's not why Lance left. Lance left because he got busy. And that's why I was thinking about this, about what if everybody else is all of a sudden quits on me? Then what do I do? Well, I guess I go back.
Lance, I liked Lance. I really did, man. He's cool, man. He's a great guy. But,
and same with ACKMANN too. It's like, I want to see what you can. I know what you can bring to the table, but I want to see what you can really bring to the table because you are a talented individual, sir. You are creative in every way.
You sing something every week and send it to him.
Well, thank you,
dude. I love watching his music videos.
Yeah, seriously, you are a creative genius. I don't understand why you're not a billionaire.
When he does Todd Rundgren, I think he sounds just like.
Look, I shaved for the show.
Yeah,
Too many women were in my life to be a millionaire.
No, even now though. Even your retirement days. I don't understand why you're not sipping the finest wine.
Oh, you know what? He should be because did you guys get his CD? Did you guys get his CD? Did he send his CD to you guys?
No, I didn't buy one at all. But
oh my god!
I listened to it in my truck.
Thank you.
Excellent.
It's an awesome CD, ACKMANN. Honestly.
And
Appreciate
see,
it.
like
That's
with
like
all,
Tom Rundgren when he sings that "Why Can't We Be Friends." I love that song.
like,
Yeah, I
all,
like
all
that
the
one.
stuff, well, with all the stuff that
Friends.
with all the stuff that I've been doing, like all these, you wonder about all these graphics and everything. That's all through AI. That's not me actually like computer graphing everything and drawing it, by hand. Or I come up with some ideas or whatever and see what happens. But I
Sure.
can't draw like what how you can draw. You have a pretty good animator there. Really.
Yeah, well, thanks.
So,
Meg,
so I'm just saying, we all have talents. Let's just see. Let's show the
Everybody
world
does,
our
yes.
talents.
Everybody does.
Yeah, but
And
Johnny's
and
a
same with
masturbating. Tell him, John.
with Sam, he's able to do the Sam Kinison thing. Let's see more of that. Let's see some new material. Come up with some new Sam Kinison.
Yeah, but
material.
Johnny's good at just doing interviews. He can do interviews too. My brother don't
No,
have
you're
to
better.
sing.
You're better than me at that, I think.
Well,
well,
anyway,
I
so
saw this one DVD of Sam doing some interviews, and sometimes I play that at bedtime if I'm by myself.
geez.
Ah,
We don't need to go there. Come on now, a family show. Remember, what about the children?
This is not a shut
Mama
up.
T, you're making me sweat.
How about
Yeah,
my
yeah,
name was
respect on
mentioned
people.
in that bitch?
Well, anyway, we got some new content here and some new things that I'm going to be showing you guys here, just because I've been kind of figuring out what what would be kind of appropriate, what's not appropriate, and pretty much everything's appropriate as far as I'm concerned. Because I ain't trying to get banned or anything, but we got a new intro that I'm kind of working on. I haven't got it fully down yet, but it's something that may be a potential intro for us. I'll show you guys here. I
That
mean,
almost sounded like Antique Man.
No.
I mean, it could be, but it's not. It's not. It was
See,
just
that's what
something
we
I.
should do. My voice and Antique Man's
Yep.
voice on AI doing
Well, you can. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do on there. I've been just kind of flabbergasted with all the things. These graphics have been kind of fun because this whole bad idea and all that stuff. I just was typing and see what would be like a crossover, and then this way I
Why
could.
can't we be
So
friends?
You are watching my TV.
so
La, la,
anyway, I got
la.
some funny videos for you guys before Kim gets on here, just to
Who's the
share.
next guest?
Next guest will be coming up in 9 minutes.
Gene
Gene
Hackman.
Hackman, not
Who
Gene
is it?
Hackman, but Gene Hackman. He's a producer, music producer. Gene Hackman.
Musician.
Well, have you ever been in a situation where you live somewhere where there's an elevator and you thought, well, what would be the ultimate fun thing to do in an elevator to really record every day and to see if it went viral at all? Well, this kid did something that I think most of us probably wouldn't dare to do, but maybe we would. Enjoy.
I was expecting
Why
more
are
of like an
farts funny?
Aerosmith video.
I don't know.
Love in an elevator? No.
I don't know.
That's love of baked beans, maybe.
Well, how about if you spent a night with Tim Curry? What would that be like? Well, here's what it would be like. Aftermath.
Oh, and hello. How are we this morning? You were wonderful last night. Yes. I've arranged transportation to take you home. A limousine, and for breakfast, a pizza.
I love Tim Curry. Dan,
I mean, you know,
yeah, hi Dan.
It's our pizza.
yeah. I mean, you just never know. You just never know. How about this? You know, these AI videos, you know, from these old people have been kind of. I mean, it's been kind of ridiculous, I would say. But I have something here. Let me
The
see
old
right
lady's
here.
talking about sex and that. Oh God.
Oh, absolutely. Here we go.
He's just so childish. It's infuriating.
Oh, yeah. If I was childish, would I do this? I can't put up with her Tourette's any longer.
I haven't got Tourette's. I really do think you're a stupid fucking prick. Let's start this session by giving a compliment. Okay. For such a sweaty, repulsive, fat bastard, you don't smell as bad as you look like you would. Why don't we talk about something you have in common?
Well, neither of us suck dick.
That's
Oh,
all
boy.
AI. That's all AI.
Have you guys seen this one guy that he's either from England or Ireland, and his parents are fighting all the time, and they're just like it's this like back and forth between him. God, I'm gonna have to send you this because this guy is. Hold on.
What do Mexican people cut their pizza with? Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Little
Pizza.
Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Well, this is what would be happening if you went to if you watch a cooking video through AI, but like you know, had it be taught by Bigfoot, or if he taught you how to cook something.
Lord have mercy. Look at that. Baked mac and cheese done right. Crispy on top, creamy underneath, just how I like it. Today we're making baked mac and cheese. Let me show y'all how I make it. Ain't no mac and cheese without a proper sauce. Start with butter, flour, and milk. Let it thicken, and then we load it up with our freshly grated cheese. Stir till it's silky. Got to season it right. Salt, pepper, a little garlic powder. Makes all the difference. Mix in your cooked noodles of your choice. I go with elbows. They hold that cheese real nice. Top it off with more cheese. Slide it in that hot oven till the crust turns golden. Now that's what I'm talking about. You smell that? That's comfort food right there.
Sorry, here we were just
And with that, we got our next guest for tonight. We got Mr. Gene ACKMANN. How's it going, Jim?
Hey, it's going good. How about you?
Oh, we're excited to have you on. We just had Chris Vincent on here here not too long ago. Now thanks to Mark, we got you on. So we're definitely honored. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I just gotta ask. Just make sure you are the Gene ACKMANN of Butch Wax and the Hollywoods.
Yes.
Ah!
She was all stressing out about that. You know?
Yeah, relax.
Well, you know, that's a band that I put together 40 years ago, and we still play regularly.
And Ruckus and Coyote and the Garden Party and
oh, those that go way back there. Those go way back, but you know, like I say, with Butch Wax, for 40 years we've been playing, you know, with no interruptions and stuff, and so it's been a cool thing. So
that's great.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
But
well,
in that band, we just do all the old great 60s R&B and Motown type stuff, and we have horns and girl singers and all that sort of thing. So
see when I heard the name Garden Party, I was like, Ricky Nelson, oh my god.
Well,
and then I started doing a little research, and I was like, yeah, you do know.
it's not a tribute band, but I was always a big fan of Rick Nelson, and so we do several songs by Rick. And when we first put that band together, and I still have that along with Butch Wax, but when I first put that band together, we sat around, and one of the songs we always played was Garden Party, and we always at that time drank a lot of wine. So when we were trying to think of what to name the band, yeah, well, I think the Expensive Winos was already taken, so we just named ourselves Garden Party, kind of as a little tribute, really a nod to Rick, and because like I said, I was always a really big fan.
Sure.
You had another name for it. Wasn't the Hollywoods? It was Bushwhack.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, I had it. There was. Well, I guess what you might be referring to at first, I was going to call it Bushwhacks in the Cadillacs, but then there was also the story about where I was out in San Francisco and I was going through the airport there, and I had this was in the early days, and I had this sweatshirt on and it said Bushwhacks in the Hollywoods, and I'm going through the airport and somebody stopped me and they pointed and they like, "Oh man, Bushwhacks." And I thought, wow, I got people that know me in San Francisco. And then he looks at the shirt, he goes, I thought you were with Bushwhacks and the Glass Packs, which is a band out in San Francisco. So I thought when I came up with that name, it was pretty clever that nobody else would have it. So, but on the whole thing with Bushwhacks and the Hollywoods, Johnny Johnson, he loved to come out and play with my band. And so Johnny and I had met each other long before that. But then, he played a lot with our band, which was, I got to tell you, it was just an amazing thing because anytime he would come out and come up on stage, everything changed. Everything changed because you were playing with a real world-class musician.
That's awesome. And we're here to talk about that album because at the end of the month, you're actually releasing was it more like a tribute album or is it a live album or what? Or
No, it's really not a tribute album. It's something that we had started working on in 2003, 2004. And one of the beauties of it is that, we had written 4 or 5 original songs that's on the record. And so we just went in and kind of methodically put this thing together. So it wasn't like some quick overnight deal. We would go in and do some stuff. And then we would, whatever, Johnny would be out on the road or we would play and then we'd go back and play, do some more stuff. But it's really a full-blown sort of Johnny Johnson album for sure. Johnny is singing 5 lead vocals, and then we have some guests singing 5 other songs, and there's a couple of instrumentals. But, even at the end of Johnny's life here at 80 years old, he was playing some fantastic piano on this album. And, for example, on Let the Good Times Roll, Bonnie Raitt's playing on that song, and we got horns on that song. And it's smoking. It is smoking. And Johnny's playing great piano, and, Bonnie's playing that beautiful slide guitar and doing backing vocals with us on it. And, that was really a thrill. And then we have another cover song, which is Every Day I Have the Blues. Well, Johnny's doing the vocal on it, but we also have Bruce Hornsby, who's a Grammy winner, and Bruce is singing.
In the Rains, yeah.
Yeah, and Bruce is singing with Johnny, trading off verses, and he's trading off piano solos. Bonnie Raitt's playing a guitar solo. Bonnie and Bruce are doing backing vocals on it, and it sounds. I'm really proud of it.
I got Bonnie right here, right here.
Oh.
So I'm sorry for your loss because I know it's like it just came up. It was just recently the 2-year anniversary of Johnny's passing. My condolences. I know those anniversaries are really hard. I also know you're really into Chuck Berry. How did that happen?
Well, Chuck Berry was always one of my very favorite artists, really. And I mean, that's actually how I learned to play. I started out playing bass guitar, and I had 2 albums, that I practiced to. One of them was, Chuck Berry's Greatest Hits, and the other one was this Beatles cutout album that was all of their early stuff that they did prior to writing their own music, So it had like their version of Kansas City and their version of Long Past Sally and Lucille and those. And so I learned to play the bass on that and all of Chuck Berry's records. And back in those days in St. Louis, a lot of times Chuck would come in to bars. You could be playing and Chuck may walk into a bar. And I always wanted to kind of be prepared, in case he did. So I would know how to play the songs and what key they were in and all that sort of thing. And through all of that, I discovered Johnny. And I kind of sought Johnny out because I wanted to try to learn how to play piano. And I would go out to some of these places, some of these clubs where Johnny was, and we struck up a friendship. This was in the late 70s. And beside the rock and roll and stuff that Johnny played on all those Chuck Berry records, he was a bluesman, and he could also play jazz. And there was this little club in St. Louis I would go and see him on Sunday nights, and they were doing stuff like Sunny Side of the Street, and I Left My Heart in San Francisco, and those sort of songs. And so Johnny had a pretty wide array of songs that he could play. So, but we just became better friends as time went on, and we would do things. And along the way, as I said in some of the stories here, one of the things that Johnny really liked to do was he liked to go fishing. And he knew that I had a lake here at my house. So I would go down and get Johnny in the city. He lived down in the city. He was about an hour and a half from where I live. I would drive down in the morning and get him, bring him back, out here to the house. And we'd fish all day. And I'd take him back home. Then I'd come back to my house. So it was a pretty long day, but I knew that it was making Johnny's day, and that was making mine.
And where are you from? Where are you located?
I'm just west of St. Louis. Yeah, about an hour west of St. Louis.
And was it you or Billy Peak that knows Chuck Berry's songs better than he does?
I'm sorry, I didn't misunderstand what you said.
I know it was said about either you or Billy Peak that Chuck Berry's songs better than he does.
It wasn't me that said that. No, it wasn't me that said that. But Billy Peak definitely. Who was it? Yeah, with Billy. Billy played guitar with Chuck Berry for a number of years, and Billy was with Chuck on the Midnight Special or Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Say
that
Chuck?
what was it? What?
Oh,
anyway.
No, I was thinking in my head. I'm sorry.
No, that's right. But
I was trying to figure out a question to ask.
So anyhow, so Billy was playing with Chuck on Don Kirshner's rock concert. Then Chuck gave Billy some lead solos, and Rod Stewart and Ronnie Wood were in a hotel room watching it on TV, and they saw Billy, and that's how Rod called up Billy, and Billy went from playing in a St. Louis nightclub to playing with Rod Stewart for like 6 years. And so then when Billy came back from playing with Rod got an all new band, and then I got the job playing bass guitar with Billy Peak. And then Johnny would come into the clubs where we played and set in. And so that's just kind of how the connection happened. But I just dearly love Johnny. We had so much fun and did so many things together, and that's why, one of the songs, there's a couple songs that we wrote, and it's got a little bit in there about fishing and stuff, because that was definitely a passion of his, and I remember one day we were down at the lake and we were fishing. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Birds were singing. We were catching a few fish. And Johnny said to me, he goes, "This is almost as good as playing blues in the key of G." And, Johnny could tear it up in the key of G. If you watch Eric Clapton and Chuck Berry on Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll movie, and Clapton gives Johnny that solo on Wee Wee Hours, and Johnny just explodes on it. He was in his element playing in G, So, but anyhow, that's, and there's a few other people that were on this record too, like Johnny Rivers, who I've always been a big fan of, and he kind of
Oh,
got his,
nice.
yeah, Johnny got his start kind of playing Chuck Berry music. His first two hits were Memphis and Maybelline, you know,
Oh,
and
sure.
yeah. So when I started doing the record, Johnny Rivers was one of the first people I called. So I just thought it might be kind of cool to have them play together. So Johnny Rivers came into town, and we did about 3 days in the studio. And then we did a couple of little club things that we went out and played at, and did a little concert at this ballroom. There's about 600 or 700 people there. That was called the Two Johnnies, you know, Johnny Rivers and Johnny Johnson. And it was just that's kind of what kicked off the whole record and everything, you know. And
Do you write your own stuff?
some of this stuff we did write, but I mean, like I say, with Bushwhacks, we've always been a cover band. Although I did write some things with that band too. And then another thing too with Johnny was a big sports fan, St. Louis sports fan. So when we had the Rams here, football team and stuff, I wrote a song for the Rams, which kind of became their mantra. And Johnny played on it and just played fantastic. And then we kind of did the same thing with the Cardinals and the Blues, and it kind of got a lot of recognition, you know, locally, you know. But so, especially when we were down at the Rams when they had the Super Bowl victory parade, they estimated there were like 250,000 people there, and we're all up on stage with Johnny and my band and some other guys. We're all playing this song that I wrote, and everybody's singing along with it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be really
that's cool.
Man. That would be really cool.
Yeah. And then also we have John Sebastian, who played at the original Woodstock Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. He plays on it. He's playing harmonica on it on one of the songs that was an original that we did that Johnny Johnson is singing on. But you know, so you got Bonnie Raitt, who's a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Johnny Johnson, a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, John Sebastian's a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Johnny Rivers won 3 Grammys. Bruce Hornsby's got a couple of Grammys. Bonnie Raitt's, I think, got 13 Grammys in a lifetime.
Wow.
Achievement thing or whatever. So it's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. But now on those songs, on some of those, like say with Bonnie, at the time, the record label that she was on, she could not sing lead vocals, but she could do backing vocals. So you hear that recognizable voice of her as backing vocals, you know, and you hear that guitar work of hers. It's beautiful.
Oh, she can shred.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
Oh.
And just a sweet person. She just is amazing person.
She's really good friends with Paul Testa Jr. And like I've been chatting with him, and he told me that Bonnie says hi, and I was like,
who is that? Who is it?
Paul Testa Jr. Yeah, we call him Sweet Polly T or Uncle Polly. He used to be in my late boyfriend's band, Little Bobby. He's actually friends with Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie comes over to his house.
Wow.
Yeah, it's such a small world.
Very small, very small. No, we appreciate having you on here, Gene, because you know we got Mark Pusis to thank about for the guests tonight. Because,
yes.
Mark has been, you know, through everything that he's been through lately. I'm surprised that he has the strength and the enlightenment to keep going on and not take a break for a little while. You know.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, the other thing I wanted to say too on this CD, which is a double CD, because we did an interview CD with Pat St. John from Sirius XM 60s Gold, And Pat came into St. Louis, and we sat down in the studio with Johnny at the piano, and they just talked and told stories. Johnny talked about growing up and his career. We talked. There's a really great spot on there that Bonnie talks about Johnny Johnson, what he meant to her, and talked about how the record was put together and stuff. So we have that as a bonus CD, and it's just great because it's one of the last sit down interviews that Johnny did. Where he's sitting down at a Steinway Grand and he's playing some stuff as he's talking, and Pat's asking him questions, and they're laughing. And when you hear it, you just hear Johnny Johnson in a happy place, and you can pick that up from this interview.
What is
and
the
Pat
name of
saying,
that? How do people find it?
well, the record and all stuff, it's going to be it's on the Johnny Johnson website, which is johnnyjohnson.net. Johnny is spelled JOHNNIE, johnnyjohnson.net. And it's got an order form and all that stuff. And there's other things that you can connect to on there as well. But that's how you can get that. And then, of course, it's going to be out on all the streaming stuff, too, that they're putting that in place right now. But go to the johnnyjohnson.net website.
Okay.
You can do that. But, for example, I don't know if you can see that on here, but I don't know if the shows up too good.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's the front cover of it. Then you open it up and see here's the 2 CDs in there. Got some cool photos, and there's a booklet in it, and the back side of it is, got Johnny at my house fishing and all the songs that are on there. And then there's some pictures in there of Johnny and Bonnie rating us and all that stuff. And then here's, the liner notes, who did what. And, one of the things I would say too is the people that played on this record, beside the name people, we pretty much had the best players in St. Louis playing on this. And there's a lot of songs that just have these fantastic grooves that has Kenny Rice playing the drums and Gus Thornton playing bass. And those guys were in Johnny's band a long time. But in addition to that, they both were in Albert King's band. And of course, Johnny played in Albert King's band. And you can just tell how those songs sound, because they just got that St. Louis groove.
Gotcha.
And Kenny
For a second,
Rice.
I thought I had his picture up here too. For some reason, I thought I had.
Well, and Gus, Gus, the bass player, he played on almost every one of those songs. And Gus was, if you watch that one video, I can't try to think what it's called, but it's where Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King, I don't know if it's called like Blues at Sunrise or something like that. And they're playing together, and Gus is the bass player. You see him kind of sitting behind them. And so we were, it was great having Gus.
Was that a live album? Because I think I might have it downstairs.
Yeah, but there's a video where you actually see,
Yeah.
you see them playing and stuff.
His brother's on there too.
No, not on this one. This is just a Stevie Ray Vaughan thing and an Albert King.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, I think I know I've seen it. Yeah, live somewhere, and I've seen it on YouTube or something. I know I've seen it. I can see them.
Yeah. You see them with your eyes?
Yeah, with your eyes.
Make my mind's eye.
Nice.
Will someone else ask some questions for a change?
Oh, absolutely. I'll ask a question.
I can, by the way.
We can't get a word in with you, Mama T.
Yeah, you keep talking so much, Yeah, hi, Ken. Good to finally see you. It's been a while there. Ken's from Las Vegas, and his uncle is late great Wolfman Jack. Did you ever do anything with Wolfman Jack back in the day at all?
I met Wolfman Jack, and it was pretty cool. And a story about that with Wolfman Jack, because we're talking about Johnny Rivers being on those.
Right.
Yeah, well, Johnny Rivers was big buddies with Wolfman Jack. And when the Midnight Special TV show was on back in the day, when of course Johnny wrote the theme to that Midnight Special, and then he went on that show and he took Wolfman Jack with him. And then after that show, then they hired Wolfman Jack to be the regular announcer on there.
If I'm lying, I'm down.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I've always loved Johnny Rivers. I mean, as far as you talk about an underrated artist, I mean, some people would say he's overrated, but you know, he's a guy that is known for a few hits, and yet he has a huge catalog of things that he's done. I'm so amazed.
You know what? I'll tell you something. Johnny is a really good friend. Rivers is a really good friend of mine. And I would probably say that he is underrated, because I think what a lot of people don't realize is, you know, how, granted, he made hits out of a lot of other people's music, but he did a great job of that. And he picked great songs to do it with. He also, he discovered Jimmy Webb, the great songwriter that wrote all the stuff for Glenn Campbell and all that. So he signed Jimmy Webb to his Soul City record label way back in the day for $10,000 as a writer for Soul City. And then he, you know, he
my mom
cranked out
talked all the time about having seen Johnny Rivers at little bars in Orange County and you know, in the Los Angeles area, and you know, they would just go see him. He's playing some little hole in the wall.
Yeah, but he did that with Jimmy Webb, and let Jimmy Webb come and live with him there in Beverly Hills. And while Jimmy was trying to get his, you know, feet wet and everything and get going. And of course, like I say, the first thing Jimmy had written was By the Time I Get to Phoenix. Johnny Rivers recorded that song first. And then he felt it sounded too much like The Poor Side of Town. It was the same year. So he said, let's send this over to Glenn Campbell, which they did. And Glenn had the huge hit with it. However, Johnny still had the publishing on all of those songs. In addition to that, Johnny Rivers discovered the Fifth Dimension. Then he signed the Fifth Dimension. Fifth Dimension did Up, Up and Away, and all those songs that Jimmy Webb had written, which all went into Johnny's piggy bank. And then Johnny got 2 or 3 Grammys for that Up, Up and Away album because he produced it.
That's great.
Yeah.
But he's not a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer at all? I don't think by now he would be. Wow.
Yeah. And he also signed, was not a real big star back in the day, but his name was Al Wilson. And he did The Snake, and he also did, oh, shucks, what was a big hit? What was the name of that song? I can't, but he had a big hit back in the 70s, Al Wilson. But anyway, so Johnny was really involved in so many things musically, you know. And so, but he's come in, we've done some shows together where my band and his band, sometimes he's used my band. And it's just always a thrill to do something with Johnny. And
Are you thinking of Show and Tell, or I've Got a Feeling?
That's the one, Show and Tell. Yeah, that was a huge hit for Al Wilson.
He's up there in age or whatever Johnny is.
Johnny's about 82 or 83. He just called me about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
God, I'd love to get him on the show. I wonder if it'd be easy to do, because he doesn't seem like it'd be too hard to get a lot of people nowadays, but it just depends on if they're, you know, have the time or if their agents are interested. You know, it's like, that's why I kind of worry about this season a little bit, because, you know, it's normally been easy for me to get guests and stuff. I've been working with Mark for a little bit off and on. He helped me get a few musicians and people in the music industry. And how'd you start a relationship with Mark?
You know, when I had done this record, a friend of mine, his name was Danny Liston, from a band called Mama's Pride in St. Louis. And Danny Liston told me, he said, you should reach out to Mark Pucci because he's the guy you want to talk to. So I did that. And then, you know, Mark put me in touch with Michelle. And then Michelle put me in touch with Gina Hughes. And so that we kind of did that way. And the other thing is Danny Liston also put me in touch with he just passed away about a year ago. His name was Jim Gaines, and Jim Gaines was a big time record producer down in, I guess, Memphis or down in that area, Mississippi. He produced the big Santana record that had got 10 Grammys. I think it was called Supernatural or whatever. And so anyway, I sent this CD to Jim Gaines, and I just said, hey, would you give me your opinion on this and tell me what your thoughts are? And he called me back and he said, hey, you know what? You got yourself a great record. He said, I wouldn't do anything with it. So it made me feel good coming from him. And, but you do understand that it's Johnny Johnson, 80 years old, playing. So some of the themes of the songs and stuff are written a little bit different than what you would write for, Joe Bonamassa or whatever, it's about the things that were going on in Johnny's life at 78, 79, 80 years old. But still, when I think about those things, man, we were in the studio with Johnny, and it was, well, he did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of stuff in the studio together. And it was just always, I'll tell you one quick story here. Wizard was doing a song here with Johnny Rivers and Johnny Johnson. We're in the studio. And Johnny's playing, and all of a sudden, his piano playing just sounded terrible. And somebody's got to go in there and talk to Johnny. I don't know what's up, but something sounds wrong. So they're all looking at me. Well, hey, he's your buddy. You're the producer. It's your job. You go in and tell him that he sounds bad. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I go in there and I said, man, Johnny, something doesn't sound right. He goes, yeah, I know. He said, I was excited about the song we were playing. So I tried to call my wife on my cell phone, and I dropped my cell phone into the grand piano, and it's laying on the strings on the grand piano. So there's 3 or 4 of us in there. We got to take this piano apart to get down in there to get Johnny's cell phone. But then we got back on track.
First world problems.
Right?
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, Gene. So for people that want to know more about the album, I mean, it's coming out August 28th. So how can people get the album once it comes out?
Yeah, well, it's going to be out there on, like I say, all the platforms. It's going to be on Amazon and everything. But in the meantime, we have this Johnny Johnson website, again, johnnyjohnson.net. That's Johnny's IE. You go in there, it's got some great pictures. It's got some great stories, and it has order form, how to get it. You can pre-order it right now. You can send this in, or you can go online and click on there and go on to Venmo or whatever, and we'll get it sent out to you. But we're excited about it. We've gotten a handful of early reviews, and they've all been great. It just has been heartwarming to see these reviews that have come in so far.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you, man, and thanks for spending a little bit of time with us and being our second guest on our season 5 premiere of Frank Sauce's Renegade.
Thank you. Well, thanks to all of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Man, thank you.
Gene. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Okay. You're welcome.
All right. Well, what's up, Ken? Welcome. After it's been like 100 months since the last time I seen you.
Yeah, where the hell have you been?
Yeah, where the hell you been?
Well,
What the hell's wrong with you?
Just out here trying to stay out of the heat.
Well, how's that
Why,
going?
tell you how
Good luck.
It's cooled off a little. This week it's only been about 108.
Oh,
nice.
oh. Just a little swamp ass, a little bit. No big deal.
And it's getting down into the 80s at night.
Is your balls golden? You got golden wee yet? I know mine are. It's only been 98 here.
Well, luckily over here in Minnesota so it's right now it's 70.
So I'm a little distracted. I got this going on downstairs.
A baby.
Yeah.
And then, my little Bonnie girl here got into something she wasn't supposed to be into, and she's been feeling sick all day. And she finally just now curled up at my feet. She hasn't let me touch her since yesterday. So
you ain't breastfeeding, are you, Mama T?
What are you doing, Tony?
That has been bad.
Sorry.
he was.
Mama T, you ain't breastfeeding, are you?
Unless the baby wants powdered milk.
Because I know that baby ain't fucking crying if you are.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. Sam wants to suckle though.
No, she's starting to wake up a little bit. You can tell she's like being a little squirmy wormy.
Imagine waking up next to. Imagine waking up next to
It's like
Sam.
when you can give them back.
Yeah, I love it when you can give them back. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't seen my grandkids in about 3 months.
Oh, since you put them on video, I remember. Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you guys back here. Ken, just so you are aware that in a couple weeks we're going to be celebrating our 2-year anniversary of being Renegade Radio, when Sam and I started the show. So I'm going to probably be live from the studios at Grand Forks Best Source here in a couple weeks. So everything will be through Zoom on that episode. It won't be through StreamYard. It'll be through those guys' server and everything. We're also going to be letting people know that. Well, I let most of you guys know, but Ken, you learned about this for the first time. Whenever you can make it, on the episodes, we're going to be randomly, like I'm going to be selecting randomly. You guys do like a show and tell or like a little segment, because I've been doing a lot of the segments, in the last couple seasons, and I figure I want to give you guys a chance to do some stuff too. And it doesn't have to be live right on camera. It's because I say, oh, do something. I don't mean like you have to do it right now. If you want to, I'll give you a week or whatever to decide what you want to do. But you can record something. Everybody has access to cameras and stuff, as you all know, as we all have, and phones. Whatever you want to do.
For us?
A sample? You need a sample
of a video for us?
Oh, you mean the little
something like this? And say,
we're going to do show and tell.
there's a screen.
These are my scissors. I use them to cut paper.
There you go. And seeing. But no, I mean, you guys all live extraordinary lives, and I want to dig into more of your lives, see what you guys, what day-to-day life is like for you guys, It's more why
I live an extraordinary life. The bar is low, dude.
You do live an extraordinary life. You're the nephew of Wolfman Jack. You should be limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun.
The bar is definitely a trip hazard. Yeah.
Hey, Mama T, I'll show if you don't tell.
Oh, you sound like those AI videos there.
Mama T, you got Zoom on that camera?
Yeah. Zoom.
Actually, Zoom.
Yeah, well, I got this thing here. And I've got one down there ready to give to her. She's waking up. There's like this button you can push that I can talk to her. So that's
I got some more funny videos for us to enjoy, just to keep everybody entertained. And here's this one here.
So a nickname for Christopher would be Chris, which means a nickname for Henry would be Hen. No. Why would you think? It would be Hank. Let me try to be more clear. So Tim is a nickname for Timothy, which means the nickname for James would be Jam. No. Why would you think? It would be Jimmy or Jim. It's because it's not Jam. That's why. Which means the nickname for Charles would be Char. No. Why would you think? It would be Chuck. It's the same reason why the nickname for Richard is Dick. It's because that's why.
That's pretty good.
I was so confused by that when I first watched that, so I just had to watch it a couple times just to know what the fuck I was talking about. No. Have you ever went to a restaurant and the guy taking your order really knew how to talk, really knew how to get you engaged, really knew how to sell you like a radio DJ almost like? Maybe Ken's done stuff like this before. But here we go.
Folks, welcome to Passport. We're glad you're here. How about a chili cheeseburger, hamburger, hot dog, bologna sandwich, lunch meat sandwich, country ham sandwich, hamburger steak plate smothered with onion, golden crisp French fries, coleslaw on a roll, barbecue plate, turkey sandwich plate, and a chef salad that won't quit. We make our own chicken salad, we make our own tuna salad. Why don't you just come on out and take a drive to the country? Passport, we'll take care of you.
Oh boy.
Would you be sold on whatever this guy was talking about if he talked like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I'll take that. I'll take that what you said.
Yeah. Give me one of all of them.
Do anybody? I suppose in Vegas. I suppose if you go out to eat, do you ever run into people like that really are passionate about what they're doing and they really want to sell you the menu and everything and they engage like that kind of? They really
Employees they're getting these days can't count out change.
You got that right.
Even
It's funny, they change on the machine when you do it, Your change is $1.25 and they're like giving you $1. Instead of giving you a quarter, they'll give you 2 dimes and a nickel. They can't cut $1.25. And then at McDonald's, you go there and they have like pictures of the food now. They can't even bring like a Big Mac. They gotta push the Big Mac. Oh God.
Well, I mean, people need to know how to pronounce things. I guess
You want to really throw them off? Tell them you want a Big Mac with no pickles and onions. They don't have a picture of that on there.
No.
They don't have the hamburger without the pickles and the mustard and them.
Well, speaking of hot dog, have you ever tried this at all before?
A lot of people been asking for the hot dickle, and I don't want to hear anything about I should have stuck the dog in the pickle. I ain't sticking my wiener in some cold, briny hole. Be sure to leave a little skin on the end for an extra crunch. Top with a little ketchup, mustard, and a hot dog relish. You've got yourself a girthy gherkin worth gagging on. It's the hot dickle. It's the pickle with a tickle.
Making me hungry.
That's gross.
Why?
You know what I had for dinner tonight? It was pretty good. Jimmy John's.
Oh, there you go.
There's your baby.
Up in our area.
All right, what are you weirdos talking about now?
The
We're talking
baby.
about the hot dickle.
Oh, there's the baby. Hi, baby.
Hello, baby.
Looks just
So
like
cute.
Oh, you're scratching.
Now,
Stop
babies
it.
are
They were
made.
screaming.
Hey, I need that. Hey, Antique Man, I need that when I gotta go pee pee.
Yeah, I'm sure. Here.
Oh, so great.
Next screen, so.
Yeah, I got one too.
It's more than we wanted to know.
Oh, that's nice. So you're a mother and a grandmother. How'd that happen? Mother, grandmother? You're your own grandma?
Well, my mini me is my mini me.
Uh-huh.
That's all I
Wait a
need to
minute,
have.
your mother
That's
had a
all I have to
baby?
say.
Well, your mini me is your mini me, but now her
Who
mini
had
me
that
is
baby? Whose
your mini
baby's
me.
that?
That's her baby. She's a
Whose
mother and
baby?
grandmother.
This is my granddaughter.
Oh, it's your daughter's baby.
Yes.
Very cute.
Her daughter.
I've
Okay,
got 3 daughters and a son, and one of my daughters is
you
literally my mini
you
me.
have 4 kids?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You can do math.
Yay! Yeah.
Man,
Well,
you almost got a basketball team.
I know how Mama T got all the kids though. This is what she had to do when she had to interrogate her boyfriend there at the time.
All right, now that's a sturdy hoe.
You rang.
Jiminy Christmas. Superior suction. That's good.
Did someone say my middle name?
Oh, good grief.
Steph Superior Suction told I'm at your service. How the hell are you?
Yeah, this could be the one. Okay, and
Looking for somewhere to sit?
oh my gosh. Okay. Screw. I need a screw.
Looking for a big screw?
Oh, why me? Why?
Why?
Okay, yeah, that's the cock.
Yeah. They'll do.
Jeez.
They'll do nicely. Nicely.
Firm grip.
Can we give him a try?
Come on.
That is firm. That's firm.
I literally do have shorts just like that, but you know, if we were talking about
I like
premium
the cocky
then I wouldn't have any kids because I would have been doing that. We would have been kissing the babies goodbye instead of put it that
Bring
way.
them to the world there. Well, have you ever had an annoying friend or annoying neighbor before? I mean, everybody.
Annoying co-host?
Anybody. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know. Well, I can
You
picture.
ain't got time for the answer to the question.
Well, if I was neighbors to Mama T, and I was the one that liked to talk a lot, which I like to talk a lot, which we all know, but she was like busy in a hurry and whatever. Picture her as the driver. Picture us as the neighbors, I guess. And here's a funny little skit here.
Fuck, she's there.
No.
Hi.
Hey, where are you headed?
Just heading to Trader Joe's. I got a few errands to run, so I'll just quickly get out of here.
Mite season getting you down?
Sorry?
Dust mites, they're breeding.
Didn't know that.
Every particle of dust, there's at least 1,000 dust mites.
No groceries in the house. I'm starving. So.
They feed on skin cells.
Okay,
is
well,
the thing, and we're constantly shedding. 1,000 dust mites can live in a single piece of dust.
Because they can contribute to allergies. Oh, put the car in drive here.
They can breed, probably. Imagine having 1,000 babies in a lifetime.
I don't even know if I'm going to have one.
Shake out your pillows.
Shake out the pillows. I'll shake it out.
So
Shake
the
it,
dust
Get
goes
dust
to the
out.
ground.
Get dust out of the pillows.
And then do a mop.
Then do a mop. Dust and then mop. That was a nightmare.
Oh my God!
Very close. I don't know if you realize you're
Well, you
in
know
the
what's
window.
close? A dust mite forming a community in your nostril at night.
We don't hang our linens like our grandmothers used to. We don't. We have dryers now.
Heat kills everything, even an egg satchel.
Oh my God! How do you know these things?
You know what? I'm a reader.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what?
an
You're
avid
also
reader.
a talker.
Yeah. I'll
I
see you
can't get
later.
out of here. See you later. Oh, are you kidding me right now?
Where are we headed?
Get out!
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, Sean, and that wasn't very nice. She's not my neighbor, she's my friend.
You kind of look like the dark haired lady, though. You know, kind of like the face, everything, big beak. Kind of like.
You don't say those words in front of baby, do I?
Oh! She's probably happy to have you as a grandma. I'm sure you're a good grandma. I know you are because I see when I visited you a couple weeks ago.
Are you breastfeeding?
No.
Well, if you want baby to fall asleep, here's a song that we can play to make baby fall asleep.
We met some time ago in the moonlight. Here we are in each other's arms tonight. Make love all we can, like the world was ending soon. 'Cause tonight, just for tonight, we own the moon. And tonight, just for tonight, we own the moon. And we walk along together There's a golden ring around the moon. I wanna put one on your hand and be your loving man. 'Cause tonight, just for tonight, we own the moon. Tonight we own the moon, and we'll be together soon. Dancing in her silver light, you're still my heart's delight. And tonight, just for tonight, we own the moon. And tonight, just for tonight, we own the moon. It's been some time ago since the moonlight found us dancing in each other's arms. As I hold you close tonight, you're still my heart's delight. And tonight, just for tonight, we own the moon. And tonight, just for tonight, we own tonight we on the moon, and we'll be together soon, dancing in her silver light. You're still my heart's delight, and tonight, just for tonight, we own the moon. And tonight, just for tonight, we own.
Now that's good.
Now you know who that was? You know who that was now performing? Any idea?
No.
Video. I did that on purpose for a reason. You know.
No, who
Jim
was
Varney,
that?
the late great Jim Varney, back while he was in the 80s when he was just started doing Ernest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tonight we do the rule.
He had some voice on him. He could have been a singer, and I know he did some music here and there, but he never did no albums or anything. You know,
Little Caesars.
I think he did like the Hot Rod Lincoln on the Beverly Hillbillies soundtrack, I believe. You know, the movie, but never did like any albums, which is a disappointment because he could have. He was very talented. There's some
She's
videos
watching
of-
you.
Oh,
You
is
better
she?
behave yourself. She's watching you.
Aw.
Hi, baby. She loves screens.
Oh,
Like
that's
I heard
good.
that thing. She will sit and she will watch like old school cartoons. She loves like Looney Tunes and stuff like that.
Does she like movies at all? I have a clip here.
She likes
not-
cartoons.
Yeah,
I was
well,
watching her on educational TV, and we both got sick of it.
Am I allowed to go to eat now?
You sound like Airplane. Well, Timmy, do you like gladiator movies?
Yeah, well, here's the clip I'm going to play.
I like
Enjoy.
the one scene.
So there you are, Tubby. You look like a bucket of lard on a bad day. You baby gorilla. Why don't you work a zoo and stop bothering people? Got a call yesterday from Baskin Robbins. They said that they're down to only 5 flavors. You're swelling up as I talk to you. Look at you. How's this? How's it doing? Hello, ice cream. Having a good time? Running around? What are you laughing at? Because I called your friend a fat pig, huh? You think that's funny?
Oh, no, I was just laughing earlier when you were talking to his belly.
You get a horse and live in the mountains someplace and don't bother anybody. Got a personality like a dead moth. Okay, the fun's over. Anybody messes this thing up for me tonight is through. Not only are you fired, your life is over. I'll see to it that you never work again and that you wind up tearing tickets off in Kuwait. Salam alamala, kalamala, and everybody sucking sand.
Hi, sweetie.
That was Artie Lang.
You remember? You remember the movie Dirty Work? Yeah, that just came out on 14 not too long ago.
McDonald.
What's the
What
baby's
is his
name?
first name? Michael
Dirty Work?
McDonald. Is that his name?
Oh, Norm Macdonald.
Norm McDonald.
Norm
Yeah.
McDonald, Artie Lang, and I don't know who the other guy was.
The late great Norm Macdonald. Anyway.
Sweetie's watching.
Oh, is he?
What's the
Oh.
baby's name?
Athena.
Athena.
Athena
That's
Ella.
different.
Yeah.
Athena Ella, and her middle name is after my mother's middle name. She passed away a few years ago here, and so I just call her Ellie Belly.
Ellie Belly.
Ellie Belly.
Why can't people just name their kids like they used to? Like Sally and...
You know what?
You know what my friend named his
Athena,
baby?
Look, Athena. To be fair, Athena's mother's name is Margaret.
I guess. But you know what my,
Well,
you know what my buddy's
Athena, of
wife
course, is a
named her
Greek
baby?
name.
Nubius. Anubis. It's a Greek god. A Greek god. Anubis.
Ella in Greek means come here.
Yeah.
And that was my mother's middle name, so her middle name, and her last name is.
I would
only
like to grow up
for-
being named Anubis.
So it's Athena Ella. It's
Anubis.
so,
Yes, Greek god.
Erotic.
Anubis.
Hey, there are worse names you can come up with, you know. I mean, so be happy with what you have, you know.
I love my name is Anubis.
So.
I just call her Ellie Belly. She's my little Ellie Belly.
Yeah.
Well, look, you see that? Right there.
Aw.
You scratch yourself. We gotta. That's why she was down there crying, because she woke up and.
No, I see what's between that towel there.
All right.
I'm
Well,
not looking.
I think that's all we're going to do for tonight. I think we've done everything we have. I want to thank Chris Vincent and Mr. Gene Hackman for being on the show. And we don't have any guests lined up yet for next week, but we do have somebody that will be joining us potentially in replacing Mr. Warlock. And then John Roberts hopefully will be back next week. And we'll talk more about the 2-year anniversary episode and what's to come here in season 5 of Frankie Sloss's Renegade Radio. So thank you guys for participating, and I guess we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Frankie Sloss's Renegade Radio.
Hey, Frankie, hit
Yeah.
my music.
All right, good night, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah. It's like this. It's like this. Yeah. Should I be like Saddam Hussein? Gotham's Bruce Wayne. It's driving me insane. They don't like it either way. Somebody gotta hate as soon as they hear your name. That's why I'm just Clark Kent trying to get me a lover's lane. So follow a law, follow a law. When one leads to the other, I just follow my heart. But my mind wanders sometimes, now I feel like I'm lost. Right back to the beginning, I don't know where to start. Down a crooked beaten path to follow the straight and narrow. Unfamiliar terrain got me looking for arrows. But I'm trapped inside a maze with no brain like a scarecrow. More heart than a lion, got me lying with the pharaohs. I ain't lying. I heard fibbing goes unforgiven. Sinning is long lived, even if you only living. Cause you can't get in without his permission. So are you gonna make the right choice, a righteous decision? It's up to you. Made some mistakes, maybe 1 or 2. Opportunities knocking, no option but to buzz them through. Take advantage of the next man for what he doesn't do. And recognize the snakes when they standing right in front of you. And out of 100 dudes, just one of you the boss. And eventually it's guaranteed you'll be double-crossed. And most of you posthumously will be forgot. I'd have seen it all before on my journey to the top. But the journey never stops, cause the yearning never quits. And the burning never halts, cause the fire's infinite. Been digging in the dirt just to try to get the gems. Working mental repetitions like my mind is in the gym. This life is like a game, sometimes this life is like pretend. I keep deciphering these codes just to try to get the win. They stuck on their convictions, no saliva and no prints. I learned to let go of revenge and I've been better ever since, look. Yeah, I've been better ever since. Now life is not so grim through this violet color lens, look. Yeah, I've been better ever since. Only thing I care about now is my rider and my twins, look. Been better ever since. You may not understand it, but I got myself convinced. Been better ever since. Ever since the day I learned to let go and forgive, look. Ever since the day I learned to let go and forgive, look.
I've been rolling down this road with my head held high. Nothing's ever gonna break the spirit that won't die. And through the dust and pain, I find a way to shine. Living wild and free, this renegade is mine. I am a renegade, and I'm never gonna fade. I am a renegade, hear the freedom that I make. Chasing dreams with my heart, tearing worlds apart. I am a renegade, and I'm never gonna fade.
That was a fun date.
Yeah, would you like to come in for a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I'd like that a lot.
So, do you have protection?
Protection? Like, is there a burglar inside? I mean, I don't have a gun or anything, but I know karate.
What? No, like a condom.
You want me to fuck him?
I think nothing is sexier than a man listening to country music while he takes a shit.
Oh, hey, thanks for coming out to the garage. Listen, I was thinking, you know, we're coming on our third brewery season together, and I was hoping maybe by Packer season we could put a roast in the crock pot. But before we put the brat in the hot slot, you know, we got to take that long walk off the short dock. So with that said, oh, hang on. No, yeah, or... Yeah, no. I can do brass, too, if you don't like that. Oh, she's a galvanized gal. All right. Oh, there we go. Third time's a charm. Fist bump it. Great. Now that we got that settled, can you give me a hand with this 2x4?